Hey guys, this morning we're going to take a deep, detailed look at a new product that was just sent out to me from our friends over at Feyachi. Guys, what we're looking at here is a combo kit. This is a red dot and a magnifier all in one. Now you can buy these separately, but luckily we got it actually in a combo kit. So we're going to take this down to the desk. We're going to take a look at everything that comes in the box and see if this is going to end up on one of my training firearms. Let's go. All right, guys, we're down here at the desk, so let's take a look at exactly what we get in the box. Let's take this little rubber band off. I'm gonna hold on to that, might need that for later. All right, so in the box, first thing we're greeted with, as you guys can see here, is some really nice packing foam. So that comes in handy to make sure it keeps everything all intact. We're gonna get a couple of little flyers here on the different components. As you guys can see here, we have something on our red dot as well as on our magnifier. We have what looks to be a little welcome card. Also, you can download their app. You have two screen cleaners that come with it. That's really nice. All right, you got one of these don't eat things. That means exactly what it says, don't eat this. All right, let's see what else we have in the box. We have a few tools. So we have a little Allen key, little driver here. We have this is more like a star type of driver, like more like a little screwdriver that comes with it as well. We also get the lens covers for the red dot. We get some screws and a few more Allen keys and a spare battery. This is the CR 2032. So if you guys are curious, that's your replacement batteries for this. And you also get something that I'm excited for, is this little riser that you guys see here. So what the riser is going to allow you to do is to raise the red dot above your Picatinny rail. Now, some people like myself, have worked with different optics and different red dots over time. And one of the issues that I come into, that comes into play for me all the time, is that if I'm running iron sights, this can be an issue. So having this little riser in the kit, this is skeletized metal. It feels really good in the hands. This is very strong. So I think this is going to be a very sturdy accessory for your red dot. All right, so let's get to the first thing first. So the first thing we're going to look at is the red dot itself. Now, this is the V30. And if I'm not mistaken, this should come with the battery already installed. So let's just take a look just to be safe. Better be safe than sorry. So you're just going to unscrew this little cap right here. This is on pretty tight. And you just unscrew this little cap, and there's your battery right there. There's that CR 2032 is already installed. Let's see if there's a washer. Yes, there is a washer on this, so that's going to provide us some type of water protection. So if this gets wet out in the rain, or if you splash it or something like that, you should be good. So let's take a look at a couple of things that I always took notice of with their different red dots. Now, these are going to be your turrets for adjusting your windage as well as your elevation. These also have a little indent that is built into the cap, which I like really a lot. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. On the very tip of that cap, there's a little riser, and that is designed to fit perfectly into this little slot here so that you can adjust your windage. I don't know how well you guys can hear those clicks, but it's very, reassuring. It also has some indicators on here, which is right, left, so on, up and down. You'll see that on this as well. The other thing that is nice about this red dot, guys, is that it has the new shake away technology. That means that even if you forget to turn this off, it will turn itself off over and within an hour. But you do have a power button right here that's used to turn this on and off. So right now, I don't see our red dot. Let me check. Nope. So we're going to turn this on. Press to turn it on. All right, so there's our red dot. So let me bring up the brightness so that you guys will be able to see it a little bit better. So I'm going to bring that up. There we go. You guys should be able to see the red dot right now. So again, all I'm doing is adjusting these two buttons right here. We have our up and down, and we have our power button. And like I said, if you leave this alone for about an hour, it will turn itself off. Now you also have a flash hider here on the front, and this just screws on. So you're able to take that off if you decide to, and that just leaves the glass exposed. Now this is metal from what I can tell. Yes, it's a nice little metal grill. Some people will like it, some people won't. You know, they'll decide, you know, you have to decide for yourself if that's something that's going to work for your type of setup. Now, the base that's on here right now is removable. You have 4 screws, so you're just going to use one of the included tools. You're going to remove these screws, and that's what you're going to use to, you know, to add this riser. Okay. Now the relief on this is unlimited, so that means this is a red dot. So as long as it's set up, you know, properly on your Picatinny rail or however you're mounting it, you should have no problems whatsoever. This weighs about 5 ounces. The length on this is 2.78. This is a 2 MOA dot. Really, really nice design, guys. Magnification on this is 1x. So, you know, beautiful design, all metal. So let's go ahead and take this apart, and let's go ahead and add the riser. Now, of course, you know, with some platforms, anything that is firearm related, they don't like us to show you guys, you know, step by step how to do anything. So I think this is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to remove these screws, and then what you're going to do is reattach those screws. So we're going to get right to that. You're going to get some spare screws, and you're going to get the Allen keys that you need in order to do this. I say always, always find a way to keep track of all your Allen keys. These little plastic bags make perfect bags to keep track of these. So in this bag, we also have one of the little screwdrivers, the little stars, and then we have a standard hex key. All right, so this is the one that you're going to use to remove those screws. Okay, so in case you didn't know, that's the one you're going to use to remove the screws. I'm not going to show you guys the removal of the screws, but I am going to replace this with the riser. All right, guys, as you can see here, I've removed the low profile Picatinny mount, and we're going to replace that with this riser here. These are just going to slot together. You guys can see how these two pieces here are going to fit perfectly. All you're going to do is line those up as they go, and then drop your screws in, and you're pretty much good to go. All right, guys, so I have the lens covers on here as well. Now, I turn mine down because I like if I was to use these, when I flip them open, they are spring-loaded. But what this will do is it'll keep this out of my line of sight if I'm trying to look over the optic for some reason. But, you know, these are a little plasticky. If you don't want to use those, of course, just don't add them. Now, like I said before, because we cannot show installations on weapons, I 3D printed this little piece of Picatinny rail just to give you guys an example. Now, this screw right here is the one that you're going to use, this larger little screwdriver. And all you're going to do with this is just loosen this up so that it will fit onto your Picatinny rail. You have this little sliding mechanism right here. And you're just going to drop that onto the Picatinny rail just like so. And then at that point, you're just going to tighten it down. A little bit of tip is to push this forward as forward as you can get it to go, so that when you do lock it down, there won't be any slop. So you don't have to worry about, you know, anything like that. Once you lock this in place, it's going to be pretty much good to go. All right, so let's move on to the next thing that we have here, which is our magnifier. Now, the magnifier also comes in 2 pieces. The first component is going to be the mount itself. Again, it has a similar type of hand tighten little mechanism here for locking this down onto a Picatinny rail. You have this little button that you can depress, and what this allows you to do is to open and close your magnifier. Okay, so you're going to press and then press in. You're going to press and open. That's how this works. Okay, now the first thing you need to do, obviously, is to mount your magnifier onto this Picatinny mount. So let's take a look at this first. This is all metal, guys, built really well. Beautiful, beautiful glass. Let me see if I can show you guys through that. Now, I mean, there's a couple of lights here in the studio, so you may see a little bit of reflection off of that, but for the most part, this is very clean. Definitely something that you guys want to take a look at. Now, as far as the specs on this, One of the things you want to consider, when you're looking at any type of magnifier, is that it's going to suit, your setup for whatever it is that you're going to be using this for. Okay, so guys, this magnifier right here is a 1.5 to 5x. The lens length is 25 millimeters. The eye relief is 99 to about 55 millimeters, somewhere in that range. The length of this is 5.2. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. The field of view is a 7 as far as angle goes. So like I said, it just depends on how you're going to set this up. Now let's see if we got enough clearance to get this in there. Nope, so we're going to have to open this up. Now this should be easy. So again, same type of tool here. All you're going to do is loosen these 4 bolts like so. You're just going to break those loose. And you don't need to get them all the way loose. You just want to loosen them up just enough so that you get enough space to be able to fit your magnifier into this ring. Now, if you have some Loctite, I do recommend using Loctite. I'm a huge fan of that. Unfortunately, I haven't added any Loctite to this so far, but it's a good chance I'm going to take these apart and then add some Loctite to it just to lock everything in place. So the one thing I will not have to worry about when I'm on the range training or whatever the case it may be, something backing out, one of these screws backing out, but they seem to be relatively tight. All right, guys, as you can see here, I have it now installed onto this 3D printed Picatinny rail. Your button is here. Now you can mount this left or right leaning, depending on which direction you want to be able to turn this, but simply enough, you're just going to press in and you're going to rotate the magnifier out of your line of sight for your red dot. And then when you want to place it back, you're going to press this button again and you're going to rotate it back in. So like I said, you have the option of, depending on if you're left-handed, right-handed, whatever the case it may be, you can determine which side you want to mount this on. It's very simple. But overall, guys, all of your other, things are going to be right here. As you guys see, we can easily adjust this from 1.5 all the way up to 5. And you also have your focus ring here. That's going to allow you to get that detailed focus on your targets and everything. And the way this is going to work is it's just basically going to line up like so with your red dot. And you guys see that it's a really nice relief on this. These are going to fit perfectly together. So if this is something that you guys have been looking for or thinking about getting, this is a very, very budget friendly option, guys, of a red dot and a magnifier. So for training purposes, practicing, maybe home defense, if that's something that you guys are concerned about, this is a nice combination. All right, guys, I just wanted to do a quick unboxing. I don't know how quick it was to show you guys all the different features of this combo kit from Feyachi. So hopefully, this has been helpful to some of you who is trying to make that final decision. If that's the case, I've done my job. All right, guys, I will catch you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I am out.